Hey there, fellow adventurers, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Heavy J, and we're diving into a topic that's crucial for any dungeon master: how to engage new players and make their Dungeons and Dragons experience unforgettable. If you're looking to create epic stories and keep your players hooked, stick around because I have some awesome tricks to share with you in today's episode. The first step is a session zero. Now, I've spoken about this before in a previous video. Gather your players and discuss the campaign's tone, themes, and any house rules you may have. Trust me when I say this sets the foundation for an enjoyable gaming experience where everybody's on the same page. Also, in session zero, whether your players are seasoned or new, take some time to explain the game's mechanics, core concepts, and the basic idea behind Dungeons and Dragons. With new players, I like to make sure that they know how to roll the dice, calculate the modifiers, and understand the role-playing aspect of the game. I also help players build characters that fit both my campaign and playstyle. I try to encourage them to think about their characters' backstories, their motivations, and personal goals. Personally, I like to ask open-ended questions like, what's your character's biggest fear? Or what hidden talent could they possess? You'd be surprised with some of the great answers they come up with. This not only creates more depth to your game, but it also invests the players in their characters from the get-go. By me asking open-ended questions, I had a player one time create a backstory about a young girl named Lily Shadowheart. The player that created Lily told everybody at the table that Lily lived in a big city and her parents were renowned thieves, and that the city guard was really keen on capturing them. On their last heist, their luck ran out and their parents allowed themselves to get captured so that their daughter could escape from the city guard. My player explained to all of us that with tears in their eyes, they vowed to become reunited someday. With just this little bit of powerful narrative, this player created a more interesting and engaging character to play at our table. The player also gave their character a motivation that will drive her throughout the entire campaign. So by collaborating with a new player during their character development, you, as a DM, can make the game a much more enjoyable for all the players. Paint a vivid pictures with your words. Describe the sights, the sounds, the smell of the world that they're in. This makes the environment come alive, and it literally pulls the players into the game. When describing a setting, engage as many senses as possible. What do the characters see? What do they hear? What do they smell? What do they touch? What do they even taste? Imagine they're standing in the midst of a dense forest. The rustling leaves, the earthly scent, the distant call of birds. By appealing to multiple senses, you transport your players into the heart of the action. By adding dramatic detail to your descriptions, instead of just saying, "You come upon a tavern," describe the warm light spilling from the windows, the hum of the voices mingling with the clinking of tankards, and the soft crackling of the fireplace in the corner. These specifics make the world feel more alive. I tailor my descriptions to the characters too if I can. For example, if a player character is a scholar, emphasize the scholarly aspects of the environment. The dusty tomes, the parchment scrolls. If another is a nature lover, well, highlight the natural beauty of the wildlife around them. Descriptions should invoke emotions. If they're entering a haunted mansion, describe the chill that runs down your spine, the eerie silence broken only by creaking floorboards. Make your players feel a sense of foreboding or excitement based upon the situation. I like to drop hints about mysteries or future events through my descriptions. A strange insignia on the door or a mural depicting a legendary battle can pique your players' curiosity and drive them to explore further sometimes. When NPCs come into play, make sure their interactions are memorable. Describe their expressions, their body language, and voice tones. Is the merchant overly enthusiastic, the guard stern but respectful, or the innkeeper secretly nervous? The aim here is to make your NPCs come alive. I currently have an NPC who's a highborn noblewoman in one of my games I run every Wednesday night. She is Lady Shelfos, and she has the attitude to match too, believe me. But she helps my players by providing them with insight about their quests, but she is very aloof and she gives the air of, don't mess with me or you'll be sorry. The players love to interact with Lady Shelfos because she's interesting and she has a mystique about her. Now, don't forget the power of silence, too. Allow pauses in your descriptions to let players absorb the atmosphere. A hushed forest or a tense standoff can be just as impactful as vibrant descriptions. Remember, your words are brushstrokes on the canvas of your imagination and theirs too. So whether it's a bustling city street or the depths of a dragon's lair, let your descriptions be the key that unlocks a world of wonder and adventure for everyone. One of the most effective ways to make your storytelling player-centric is by weaving your player characters' backstories into the overarching plot. Ask your players for intriguing backstories and plot hooks, and then incorporate those elements into your campaign's main narrative. Believe me when I tell you this. This personal investment immediately makes the story more engaging and relevant to them. Every hero has their journey, from Frodo to Bilbo Baggins, and same goes for your player characters. Create personal character arcs that revolve around their desires, their fear, and their growth. These arcs can be emotional, psychological, or even tied to their class abilities. This gives players a sense of progression and accomplishment. Remember Lily Shadowheart from earlier? She was the young girl whose parents were captured by the city guard so she could get away. That's what I mean, a personal arc that drives them. She wants, no, she must be united with her parents. You can also craft side quests that resonate with each character's goals or alignments. If a character is seeking redemption, introduce a quest that challenges their morals. If they're driven by revenge, give them a chance to confront their past. Sprinkle hidden secrets throughout the world. A mystery note, a forgotten journal. These intrigue players and reward their curiosity. Sometimes the most intriguing secrets are hidden in plain sight. Embed subtle clues in your descriptions, NPC conversations, or even within the artwork you use. Players who pay attention and investigate will be rewarded with hints that lead to greater mysteries. I like to design environments with concealed passages, chambers, or even compartments. When a player discovers a hidden room behind a bookshelf or a tunnel beneath a trapdoor, their curiosity and excitement will be piqued. One time I even hid a passage inside a large stone oven. When the party's paladin found it, they were not only excited, but it told them that a hidden passage could be concealed anywhere in one of my dungeons. So look and investigate everything. Another thing I like to do is populate my world with whispering rumors and local legends. My NPCs share stories about hidden realms, legendary creatures, or long-lost cities. My players are then drawn to explore the truth behind these tales. It makes for epic gaming. Another cool thing is to introduce history through like books and scrolls or knowledgeable NPCs who can share tales of forgotten civilizations, ancient wars, and legendary heroes. These glimpses into the past enrich your campaign setting for sure. It adds a depth to your narrative. So whether it's an enigmatic artifact or a hidden passage or a cryptic riddle, all these elements working together will encourage exploration, critical thinking, and the joy of uncovering the unknown for the players. Present tough choices that impact the story. These dilemmas get the players invested emotionally and make them feel responsible for the outcomes. Every choice has a ripple effect, much like a stone cast up into a pond. When players make a decision, show how those choices reverberate throughout your world. Sometimes, even seemingly minor choices have far-reaching consequences. These butterfly effects can lead to unexpected story arcs and plot twists. For example, choosing to rescue a seemingly inconsequential NPC in the early stages of the campaign could result in that NPC becoming a key ally later, helping the players in their ultimate quest. Choices can also define the tone of the campaign. Players who constantly opt for violent solutions may find themselves in a darker, more dangerous world, while those who seek diplomacy might experience a more peaceful narrative. For example, in a campaign focused on political intrigue and diplomacy, players who resort to violence in every conflict find themselves embroiled in a city torn by chaos and rebellion. Finally, presenting ethical dilemmas challenges the player's morals and convictions. The choices they make can shape their character's development and the way the world is perceived. An example of this could be if a player decides to steal a valuable artifact from a corrupt noble to aid a struggling community, then they'll earn the gratitude of the town folks, but also become wanted criminals in the noble's domain. As a dungeon master, your role is to guide and react, allowing the story to evolve based upon their decisions. Let the players shape the narrative, listen to their ideas, and adapt the story accordingly. When they feel their choices matter, their engagement will soar. Now, I can do an entire video just on this topic, and if you like, just let me know and I'll be happy to do that. Just let me know in the comments. But I will say this, player agency begins with freedom. Allow players to explore the world, interact with the NPCs, and make decisions that align with their characters' personalities and motivation. This open-ended approach fosters a sense of ownership over the story. Embrace non-linear storytelling, where players can tackle challenges and quests in their chosen order. That's what's important. This freedom allows them to explore at their own pace and choose the paths that interest them. Encourage your players to contribute to the narrative by allowing their ideas to shape the story. If a player suggests a creative solution, consider weaving it into the plot. This shows that their input matters. Also, design your NPCs with flexibility. Let their attitudes, alliances, reactions change based upon the player's interaction. This shows that the players can influence the world around them. Nobody likes a rigid, inflexible NPC anyway. Also, involve the players in your world building by allowing them to contribute to the lore and the culture and the locations in the setting. This shared creativity will deepen their connection to your world. And player agency is also the cornerstone of immersive and engaging Dungeons & Dragons experiences. By allowing your players to steer the course of the narrative, you are forging a dynamic partnership between the storyteller, that's you, and the players, resulting in a campaign that's not just told, but also lived. And after all, isn't that really what we're all after here? And there you have it, a toolbox of tricks to engage new players at your D&D table. Remember, the heart of all this is creating a space where everyone can immerse themselves in an epic tale of adventure and imagination. If you found these tips helpful, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more Dungeon Master advice and tabletop fun. Until next time, happy adventuring, and remember, ride that fat dragon.